Hello everyone. So this tutorial about to the continuation of library management system. In my last tutorial, as you can see, I was covered like the basic kind of thing, like the kind of designing of the library management system, how you are going to design the systems, and what are those tables for saving and fetching the data from the database, and like how we are going to create those tables in database. So those things I explain, and also with that one function is I was added, like how we are going to search a book from the database, right? So those kind of feature we have discussed in our last session. So today I'm going to explain the next things, like how we are going to, if we want to add any book into the existing table, or maybe if we want to show the all books. So these two functions is how we're going to actually implement over here. So for that, so like this two, if the user choice is two, then like user can able to add a book. So for that we need to like write a code, right? So where we are going to write the code, so book service is related to that, this one. So here we can write the code. So how we are going to save the data for this one, like public void then add book. So here either we can pass the entity, like whatever the entity over there, or else we can take the input over here, right? So how you are going to take this input? So for that we need to use the scanner, right? So if we go over here, then DTO, so this, it's having these things, right? So here either we can take the like inputs, or here also we can take the input. Okay, so like as we are taking the input over here, so we can also take input over here. So what are the inputs we can going to take? Like enter, first of all we need to take the enter the serial number of the book. So for that, how we are going to take this one, like int serial number equals to sc dot next int, right? As it is a int here, so that's why I'm going to take this one as a int. Okay, next we can ask for the enter the book name. Okay, so for book name, as you can see, it's a like a string, so that's why you can say string book name equals to sc dot next string, sorry, it will be next line. Okay, so this will be the book name. Next we can say the author name, right? So these are the actually table field name. If we see over here, so if we open this one, you can see serial number, name, author name, and the quantity. So these are the table attributes. So those are actually we are taking the input from the user. So next for the author name, and then the last one should be, it will be author name, and last one would be the like quantity, like how much quantity actually we are going to add over here. So that's also you can provide over here, and then it will be also again a integer number. So here is c dot next int. Okay, so now the input we have taken. Now what we need to do, we need to like create one means like DTO kind of thing for book equals to new book, or else if it is again like it's not required actually, let me show you like how we're going to. So basically over here, what actually you are going to check, first of all you need to check this with this serial number, and either with this serial number or with this book name, is this table already exist into our database. If this particular combination is exist into our database, then we can say like book already like exist into our database, right? Because we don't want to add in this scenario. If it is not available, then we can say like we can able to we will add the data into the database. So over here we need to write one SQL for this one. Like as you can see, we can search by the serial number or author name. We can also combine these two into a single SQL. How we are going to write this one? So we can change the method name, like we can say get book by author name or by serial number, and over here we need to pass this author name and serial number, right? These two inputs is basically required, as we are going to use this we will search data from the based on these two combinations. So the sequel would be select star from this table where author name is equal to this, or so this is actually used for the kind of if we want to check data with two conditions, either this data or this data. So it will check for the author name. If author name is not available, then it will check for this serial number equals to this. Okay, then here we need to pass this two input, right? As you can see, this is the author name and another one for serial number. As you can see, serial number is the integer, so that's why we need to use it as a serial number. Okay, serial number. Now once we get the data over here, then we need to use this result set, and then if it is next is data is available, then we can return the data over here, right? Okay, so this particular thing we need to call over here. So book DAO equals to new book DAO, then DAO dot this method, right? So either null means we need to pass the connection, and for that we need to pass the connection over here, something like this, then author name and then serial number. Okay, so it will be obviously book, it will return the book details if it is available, right? And also it will throw some exception over here, so you can declare this one. Okay, so now we can check like if this particular information is available over here, then we can say the, if it is available, then we can print the details, and we can say details is available, so we are not able to store data into the database. Okay, if it is not equals to null, then we can say book details exist into our system, please save with other book. Okay, that information we can give over here, and from here we can do the return. Okay, if it is means book details is not available or is not able to find data with this combination, then we need to save the data. So for saving the data, again we need to create one a method over here for insert the data into the database, right? So over here we need to create one method, public void save book. Okay, so over here what input we need to take, we need to take this connection and then book. Okay, so here basically we need to create another SQL for this one, we need to write one query equals to, here we need to provide the insert statement over here, insert into table name. Here we need to define the field means column name like serial number, then book name, then author name, author underscore name, then quantity. Okay, and accordingly also we need to provide the values field over here. So here we are going to insert the 4 fields, so we need to define the 4 question mark over here. Okay, next we need to write the pipette statement with try with resource. I hope now you guys are clear about the try with resource. So from where we can connection dot pipette statement, and here we need to pass the SQL. Okay, so it will throw the exception, so we need to throw this one. So either here we can do either we can handle this exception or throw. Okay, so that is depend how we are going to do this one. So next we need to set those data over here, int over here, we need to put the serial number, book dot get serial number, get serial number, next ps dot set string, and here we need to set book dot get book name, right? Okay, it will be a string. Okay, next author name and then quantity, right? Okay, so here it will be a get author name, and the last one is get quantity. Okay, so we have mapped all the things over here. Next, basically we need to execute the things, like we need to insert. So for insert, basically what we are going to check, enter rows equals to ps dot execute update. So this basically return the like number of rows inserted into the database, right? So here we can check like if rows number of rows greater than is equals to 0, that means we can say like data got inserted successfully. So here we need to put some log over here, and we can say like book added successfully, book added successfully. Okay, if it is not, like if it is not greater than 0, means if it is a 0 or less than 0, then we can say fail to add book, right? Fail to add book, fail to add book. Okay, now we need to call this save method from over here, book dow dot save book connection and then book. Okay, so this is the way basically we can like save the data. Okay, so here basically we are going to save the data over here. So here actually we need to prepare the book. This is not the thing, actually we need to create one book dt over here, input and equals to new book. Okay, then input dot set author name, input dot set book name, input dot set book quantity, input dot set serial number. Okay, and id actually also you can see the book is having the id, but it's the auto increment. If we like insert over there, then it will automatically like insert the data over there. So here as you can see, like author name, book name, quantity and serial number we have assigned over here, and then instead of this we need to pass these things over here, right? Because this is actually we are fetching the from the database, so maybe this is available or not, that for that we need to actually checking over here. But instead of this, actually the nothing work with this one. Okay, so now it should work. So now actually we need to call this one from over here, like here. So now suppose if admin choose the option is 2, then from over here we need to call the add book. How we are going to call this one add book? Like we need to create this service class over here, and then book service dot add book, and here we need to pass the connection. Okay, so you can run this one for checking. Like let me run this one. So over here we need to, what was the username? Like for admin we can check from the database, like here we can get the details from login admin. Okay, so we can logged in as an admin user, admin and admin. Okay, okay, so now you can choose like as add new book. Okay, add new book, serial number 1. Okay, enter book name, author name, quantity. So there is some is issues with this one. We need to check like why it is come something like this, enter book name and author name, right? So over here I can see in the book table one serial number is already exist over here. So maybe we can try with some another ID. Let me try again. Okay, 2 for add book. Serial number, for example, 2. Book name, book 1. Author name, author 1. Quantity, for example, 5. Okay. No value is specified for the number 3. Okay. 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 1, 2, 2, 1. So we need to update the index over here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way. Okay. Now it should work. Let me rerun it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Author name, quantity. Okay. Book name, serial number. Okay. Let me rerun it again. So hope it should work fine now. 2, serial number, book 1, author 1, number of, quantity. Okay, now we can see book added successfully. Now if we go over here database, now if we select again, so you can see the two record, this record also inserted over here, right? So that means in this way basically we can insert the data for the book. So now next function is what we can like do over here. Like we can, let me close this one, exit from the application. Okay, can exit. Okay, now what actually we can do over here, next we can search, show all the books, that we can do. So for that, again, like from the book service, we can like create one method which will basically display all the like books, right? So how we are going to do that? First of all, in a DAO basically we need to create one method which will basically fetch all the records from the database. Like instead of by using this, instead of like by serial number or by author name, we need to just directly select from books tables and without any condition, so that it will fetch all the record from the database. So for that we need to create one method. Maybe we can take this one and we can modify this method over here. Okay, can copy this one and then accordingly we need to modify this method obviously, like get all books, get all books. Okay, so here actually you don't need to pass any input except the connection, because connection we need. And here the query would be like select star from this table name without any condition, so that it will fetch all the records from this particular table. And here actually we don't need to pass any condition, as there is no condition, so we don't need to pass anything. So here it will obviously like instead of if, as there is a multiple data from this query, so this will return multiple things. So if only return give us the only single, right? So instead of the if, we are going to use the while, means until it's having a data we need to store the data over here. What else we need to do? We need to create actually, maybe if we are going to return the things over here, then we need to like create one list, and then inside of the list we need to like maybe we need to store over here. Let me show you how you are going to do this one. Like list of book, and then equals to new array list, and over here means this list, actually here we need to store this book, right? Dot add book, and finally we need to return this list. So that means if it's having any data, then it will be inserted over here, and the return type of this one is list of books. Then this particular method actually we are going to use from over here. Like we can create another method in the DAO section, like public, in the service layer, public void get all books. Okay, and here it will again, like it will take one input connection, this one equals to this, connection this one, and then we can like create DAO layer over here, new book DAO, and then DAO dot get all books. Okay, and obviously it will return, it will throw the exception over here, and it will return list of books. Okay, this one. So we can keep assign with this one, and then we can let print the value over here, right? So how we are going to print this one? Let me like create one for each loop. Okay, and then like we can create some kind of table kind of thing over here, something like this, and then here we need to print the data, like ID. So ID only we can print like ID, like book dot get serial number, or maybe you can say here book serial number. Okay, then plus book dot get name, get book name, plus book dot get author name. Okay, so here basically we need to pin like space so that it will be uh, like come into this layer. Okay, so it will print the all the things. Now here from over here, uh, in the four options we need to create this book service, and then with this object dot get all books, and then we need to pass this connection, and this service, okay, it's already created over here. So what we can do, we can copy this and then here, so we don't need to create for each call. Okay, so it will call this and it will print these things. Here actually one more things actually, like instead of this we can use something like print if. Okay, and here we can like print like we can count like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So 12 we can provide the like kind of pipe operator, then 12 percentage 12 space, so it will print the 12 space over here. Okay, so accordingly we can, so it will actually looks format wise it will be look something good. Okay, so here then after that actually here we can print this one, comma this, comma this one, and then comma this one. Okay, so let me run this one, then you can see like how it is look like. Okay, so you can run this one first just to check like how it is look like. Okay, we need to log in first. Okay, now we can, four option we need to choose, right? Okay, it will book name, author, this one and two. Okay, okay, let me correct the things. Okay, it will be actually inside of the for loop. It will not happen because it will print all the data like for all times. So that's why header should be outside of the for loop, right? And then here it will be, so it will be like 1, then it's fine. 12 means it will be 10, then it will be more than this, 20 actually it's a, okay, then it will be keep 20. Okay, let me rerun this program again. 4. Okay, now we can see 1 test 20 is more than this, so maybe it's a 18, and then okay, so this is thing. And next we can like print sys out kind of thing. Let me print this one over here so that it will, as you can see, the next line also started from here, so we need to, instead of that, we need to print something in the new line. So let me rerun it again. 4. Okay, or else slash n. 4. Yeah, now it's look better, right? Only here we need to put some more space like 4. Maybe if it is 16, then it will be 1 2 3 4. Yeah, let me rerun it again just to final run. Admin, then 4. Yeah, now let's look okay, right? So this is kind of tabular format that we can keep over here, and using this we can, so we don't need this one, we can remove the unnecessary code from over here. So using this we can like format in a tabular format so that it will be looks like something kind of table. So this is the options, like using this we can fetch the all book details from the database. So next we can like we can choose the another options, like how you're going to upgrade the quantity of existing book. Suppose here you can see the book serial number 1, and here you can, I'm not displaying the quantity, but if we see over here the quantity of this one is 10 and the for 2 is 5. So if we want to update the quantity of this particular book, then how we're going to do this one? So obviously we need to first we need some kind of unique identifier. So based on that we can fetch the data from the database, or maybe if we want to update the data, then based on this ID we can update the data. So I will show you like how we are going to like update the quantity of the existing book. So let me write the code for this one. So let us come over here, then like we need to write the functionalities for upgrade the quantity, right? So how are we going to do that? Maybe like we need to, first of all we need to, in a DAO class we need to write another method which will basically update the quantity of a book, right? So here basically we need to based on the serial number, like that is basically a kind of unique key of the book. So using this we can update the details over here. Okay, so for that we need to write another method, void update quantity. Okay, update book quantity, that we can update over here. So for that, what input basically we need to take? We need to take the connection attribute, right? And then next we need to like input the two input over here. One is the like serial number, and another was like uh, how much quantity we need to add over here, right? So here basically we need to Like here, first of all, we need to write the SQL for this one. So for updating the data, the SQL would be query equals to update, then table name books. Then here actually we need to use the set for which field we need to set the data. So quantity equals to this will be a dynamic, and where serial number equals to this. Okay, so this will be the query. Next we need to use this try prepared statement ps equals to new connection dot prepared statement, and here we need to pass the SQL over here, and then it will throw the exception, and over here we need to like set the details over here, like set int 1. So over here book dot get book quantity, next means in a two index position book dot get serial number. Okay, now we need to use the execute update. Okay, so here it will again like return the integer number. So that means if it is a like update successful, then it will return 1, else it will not. So those kind of condition we can like check over here, or we can put like as we did for this one, something like this over here, and we can like say integer rows. Okay, if it is greater than 0, then book updated successfully, else failed to update book. Right, we can also add this one. Next, from this book service over here, like we need to write one method, something like this one, like update book quantity. Okay, so here we can ask the user to take the input like serial number. So this input we need to take, these are not needed. Next we need to like then what actually we need to check, we need to like write means first of all we need to, based on this serial number, we need to check like this particular book is available or not, right? So this connection and then serial number, correct? Because maybe there is a whatever the user give the input, so maybe that is not valid, so that can also happen, right? So that's why we need to first validate like this is available or not. So if book not equals to null, that means book is available. Else what we can say, that means if it is a null, equals to null, then we can say like book not available with this particular serial number, right? That we can say, and from here we can like return. Okay, if book means not equals to null, then we can we need to take the quantity from the user, like how much quantity they want to update, right? So that input we need to take from the user, and then we need to take this input like quantity qty, can delete this one, and then we need to like in a book, this input basically here we need to, author name is not required, book name not required, but quantity and the serial number, these are the required, right? Then here we need to call this update book quantity with this input details, right? So that means, and here how we are going to set the quantity here, we can, this is the details that we have got over here. So from over here book dot get book quantity plus quantity, right? So for example, if the existing book having the 5 quantities and now we have put that we want to add 5, so that means 5 plus 5 it will be 10. So that's why we need to also get the existing data from the table. So that's why we need to add over here this kind of thing. Okay, so now this is done, and this particular query we need to call from over here, like this three option over here, book service dot update book quantity. Okay, here actually we need to add one more things over here like quantity, so that it will be like looks better, right? We can add this one so that we can get the quantity details over here. Let me add this one. Okay, and next is this. Okay, we can do the, yes, here we can serial number. Okay, and here we can like percentage minus 10s. Okay, and then we need to give the pipe, and here we can print the quantity, comma, book dot get book quantity. Okay, let us run this one. We need to do login first, then show all book. Okay, it's showing the quantity. Now suppose if we want to like update the quantity, okay, we need to update the heading quantity. Okay, so we need to rerun it again. Okay, so all books. Okay, now it's fine. Now if we want to update this second one, this one, it's having a 5. Now if we want to update, if we want to add any another 5, so that means that now the updated quantity will be 10. So let's say we want to update the one, so let's choose as the option 3. So it will ask like the serial number of the book, so we are giving 2, right? Now enter the number of books to be added, so let me give us a 5. Book updated successfully. Now again if we choose the option as 4, yeah, now it is given as a 10. Previously actually it was a 5. From here we can also check. Previously it was 5. Now after updating with the 5, it's now the quantity is 10. From the database also we can validate if we refresh this one from 10 and 10, right? So in this way basically we can add and update the stock of the book. So this is the options, or these are the very easy like way, and to understand the very core concept of the Java, these are the very best thing to, like in this way if we do a small kind of project, so that we can get the real idea like how the things are getting working, how we are going to connect with the database, how we are going to writing the query, if we want to update something, if we want to add something, if we want to fetch something from the database, because these are the things select, update, and like save. So these are the things, very common thing in a Java, or maybe in any programming language, whatever the programming language is there. So these are the very basic thing to do. So this is the thing that I'm going to explain over here. So this all actually about for this session. In my next session I will cover the remaining menus, like using this register student and show all students. So these are the menus I will cover in my next session. And also like there are another sections over there, like for the student section, student can like also check in the books, check out the books. So I will also gradually like I will also cover those points. In my next session, like I will cover these two menus so that you guys can also understand. This will also be similar to like add new book, or so add like show all books. So this will also be the similar kind of thing. I will also show you the details. If you guys have anything, please do let me know in the comment section. Okay, and don't forget to register my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.